How many supplements are you taking right now? 5, 10, maybe 15? Here's a question that might sit with you for a while. What if the very supplements you're taking to protect your kidneys are actually making things harder for them? I worked with a woman recently. She was in her 50s, incredibly dedicated to her health. She came with her husband, and I could tell right away that these two had been doing everything in their power to fight her kidney disease. They'd done the research, they'd read the books, they'd followed a program, and she pulled out this list of supplements she was taking every single day. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that there were over 30 items on that list. Berberine, curcumin, ginkgo biloba, multiple forms of B12, separate zinc, separate copper, iron, manganese, and it went on and on. She was spending hours every day just taking pills, and you could see it in her eyes. She believed in what she was doing. She was fighting for her health and her kidney function. It had dropped from 26 to 18% in less than a year, while she was doing everything she thought was right. My heart went out to her, honestly, because she wasn't being reckless. She was being brave. She was trying to take control of something terrifying. And that impulse to do something, to not just sit and wait, I respect that deeply. But what I had to share with her that day was hard to hear, and it might be hard for you too to hear. So why did more supplements lead to worsening kidney function? And what does this mean for you if you're sitting there right now with your own collection of bottles on the counter doing your best to help yourself? That's what I want to walk through with you today. Not to scare you, not to make you feel like you've done something wrong, but because the truth about supplements and kidney disease is something that deserves an honest, compassionate conversation, and it's one that almost nobody is having. Let me be clear about something before we go any further. I am not anti-supplement. I use supplements in my practice every day. I believe they have a real role in supporting kidney health. So this isn't about supplements being bad. This is about how they are being used and about a mindset that I see over and over again that ends up hurting the very people who are trying the hardest. Somewhere along the way, supplements became the new medication. People swapped their prescriptions for capsules and powders and thought, well, at least it's natural. And I understand that thinking. I really do. But the idea that natural equals safe, that more equals better, that's one of the most widespread and misunderstood beliefs in kidney health right now. And it's coming from a good place, which is what makes it so tricky. Let me walk you through what I am actually seeing, and then we'll talk about what you can do differently. The first thing I see, supplements without testing. Think about this for a moment. Would you take a blood pressure medication if nobody had checked your blood pressure? Of course not. But I see people taking zinc without knowing their zinc levels, taking iron without checking their iron saturation, taking B12, sometimes 3 different forms of it without ever doing a methylation panel or looking at their genetics. And I understand why. When you are scared about your kidneys and someone tells you that this supplement helps you, you take it. You don't wait for a test, you act. That's human nature, and there is nothing wrong with wanting to help yourself. But here's what happens when you take a supplement your body doesn't actually need. It doesn't just pass through harmlessly. Your kidneys have to process it. Your liver has to metabolize it. And when your kidneys are already working at reduced capacity, say 20 or 30%, every single thing you put into your body that your kidneys have to filter becomes a burden. You're essentially asking a team that's already short-staffed to take on extra shifts. With this woman I mentioned, she was on 55 milligrams of zinc with only 1 milligram of copper. That ratio is widely off. And here's why that matters. Too much zinc actually blocks copper absorption, and without adequate copper, your body can't properly use iron. So she was taking iron, but her body likely wouldn't even absorb it because her zinc and copper balance was disrupted. Her supplements were literally working against each other, not because she chose badly, because nobody tested her levels first to know what she actually needed. The second thing I see, supplements replacing the investigation. Here's what I mean by that. When someone gets a kidney disease diagnosis, there's this deeply human impulse to take control. You want to do something. You don't want to just sit there and watch your numbers drop and wait for someone to mention dialysis. I get that. I honor that. But what often happens is people go online. They find a book, they find a program, they find someone who says, take these 10 things and your kidneys will get better. And they do it with their whole heart. They take berberine, curcumin, quercetin, modified citrus pectin, fish oil, all of it. But here's the piece that breaks my heart. Those supplements are not treating the root cause of their kidney disease. They are treating a general idea of kidney disease that may have nothing to do with what's actually happening in their specific body. With this woman, while she was faithfully taking 30 plus supplements every day, nobody had checked her for hidden infections. Nobody had looked at her dental health. And when I asked, it turned out she had root canals and dental issues that had been there for years. Nobody had done a deep investigation into her gut health or her toxin burden. And here's what I've learned. Over years of doing this work, those hidden things, the infections, the dental issues, the accumulated toxins, those are often what's actually driving the chronic inflammation that damages kidneys. No amount of curcumin is going to solve an active dental infection that's quietly sending inflammation through your bloodstream. No amount of selenium is going to address a hidden chronic infection. You can't supplement your way around a root cause that hasn't been found yet. And that's not a failure on anyone's part. It's just a gap in the approach, a gap we can close. The third thing, and this is really important, so stay with me. What's safe at one stage can be harmful at another. There is a massive difference between taking supplements when your kidneys are functioning at 50 or 60% or GFR versus when they are at 20 or 25%. And at higher levels, your kidneys have enough reserve to handle the extra processing. There's more room. But once you drop below 60, stage 4, the rules change completely. At that point, your kidneys are working hard just to handle the basics, filtering waste, balancing electrolytes, managing acid-base balance. When you add a pile of supplements on top of that, some of those supplements contain potassium, phosphorus, or other minerals that your compromised kidneys can no longer regulate properly. And that's not just uncomfortable, it can be genuinely dangerous. High potassium can affect your heart rhythm. High phosphorus pulls calcium from your bones and damages your blood vessels. So what might be perfectly fine at stage 2 could be actively harmful at stage 4. And this is something that generic programs completely miss, because they are not designed for you specifically. They're designed for the idea of kidney disease, not for your kidneys at your level with your specific root causes. And that's a really important distinction. There's one more piece. The quality of what you're taking matters more than you think. Many supplements on the market contain fillers, binders, even trace amount of heavy metals. When your kidneys are already compromised, those contaminants add to your toxic burden. You're trying to help your body, but you might unknowingly be introducing the very things your kidneys are struggling to clear. Not all supplements are created equal, and at advanced stages of kidney disease, this isn't a minor detail. It's something that deserves real attention. So what does this all mean? What actually you should do? Here's what I keep coming back into my practice. The answer isn't more supplements, and the answer isn't necessarily few supplements. The answer is the right support at the right time based on what your body actually needs. And you can only know that through proper assessment, through labs, through advanced testing, through someone sitting with you and actually investigating what's driving your kidney disease. When I sat with this woman and her husband and I looked at that long list of supplements, my first instinct wasn't to add anything. It was to ask different questions. What is going on beneath the surface? What infections might be there that nobody has looked for? What is her toxic burden? What's happening in her gut? Because until you answer those questions, taking supplements, no matter how many, no matter how high quality, is like trying to mop a floor while the faucet is still running. You're working hard, but you're not addressing the source. And I want to share something that I think is really important. Even though I have a book, even though I do this podcast and talk about certain supplements and certain approaches, when a patient actually sits in front of me, the treatment plan looks completely different from what I share in general education. Because education is about awareness. It's about opening your eyes to what's possible. Treatment is about precision. It's about what your body specifically needs right now. When someone takes general educational content from me, from a book, from anyone else's book, and turns it into their personal treatment protocol without testing, without personalization, that's where the disconnect happens. And I don't say that to blame anyone. I say it because I care about you getting better. And I've seen too many people pour their hearts into an approach that was never designed for their specific situation. I see it more often than I'd like. Someone who watches a video about curcumin being anti-inflammatory and they start taking it. They read about berberine helping blood sugar and they add it. They hear about modified citrus pectin for heavy metals and they throw that in too. And before they know it, they are on 20 to 25 to 30 supplements. And their kidneys are doing worse, not better. Not because they didn't care enough, because they cared so much that they treated information as a prescription. And information, no matter how good, is not the same as personalized plan. So let me bring this full circle. I started by asking how many supplements you're taking. And the real question isn't the number. It's whether each one is there for a reason that's specific to you. Whether it's based on your labs, your testing, your unique root causes. Here's what I want you to take with you from today. First, before you take any supplements, especially if your kidney function is below 30%, know your levels. Get tested. Know your minerals, your vitamins, your inflammatory markers. Don't guess. Don't assume that because something is natural, it's the right thing for you at this moment. Your body will tell you what it needs, but only if someone asks the right questions. Second, supplements are not a substitute for finding the root cause. If nobody has looked at your gut health, your dental health, your infections, your toxin exposure, your stress, the most important step has been skipped. Addressing what's actually driving the problem is what moves the needle. Supplements can support that process beautifully, but they cannot replace it. And the third, personalization is everything. What supports someone at stage 2 may overwhelm someone at stage 4. What helps one person's kidney might overburden another's. This is not a one-size-fits-all situation. Your kidneys are as unique as you are, and they deserve a plan that reflects that. I know this might be hard to sit with, especially if you have been pouring time, money, and hope into a supplement routine that you truly believed was helping. I want you to know you didn't do anything wrong. You were fighting for your health, and that courage is something I deeply respect. But now you have more information, and with more information comes the ability to be more precise, more targeted, more effective, not by doing more, but by doing what's right for you. There is a thread I keep pulling on that connects to all of this. The relationship between what we put into our bodies and the hidden things already happening inside us that nobody has investigated yet. The more I learn, the more I realize that so much of kidney disease comes down to what we can't see on a standard lab panel, and that's what makes this work so meaningful to me. If what I have shared today resonates with you and you are wondering whether your current approach is truly helping your kidneys or possibly working against them, we do personalized consultations at the Kidney Holistic Institute, where we look at your unique root causes and build a plan that's specific to you. You can learn more about at drbismah.com.